All right, welcome back to another game of excuse me, Ya-Ya Tabletop Baseball. My name is Brian Haferkamp, and I will be leading you through this game. I'm the designer and creator of Ya-Ya Tabletop Baseball. If you're not familiar with it, we have our chart here for our Ya-Ya chart. Then we also have our advanced play guide, which takes you through base running plays and sort of some special plays like rundowns. Ya-Ya Tabletop Baseball is a Yahtzee-inspired tabletop baseball game. So we use the 5 dice, just like you do in Yahtzee, 5d12s. We have a special dice called the cancel die. And we also have some special markings here. I went through the 2021 season. This is a game from April 20th. Man. And the special markings here, what they mean is a star is any batter who has a 370, I believe is what I chose, 370 WOBA or more, so weighted on base average. If it's a 370 or more, they get a star, and what that means is they can sort of do a Yahtzee re-roll, where if you rolled this, for instance, then you would be able to roll again, or you could pick up all 5 dice and just totally roll a whole new roll. Whatever you want to do, you can try to go for that full house. If you have a diamond, which Harper does, that means that batters hit more than 30 home runs in the year. So let's say you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a 3. And so you have your small straight. A small straight is typically a strikeout, but for a home run hitter, if he rolls a small straight, then he can roll for the home run, which that would be a home run right there with the large straight. So that's how that would work. If the pitcher has a money symbol, then they're a money pitcher and they get to use the cancel die. So even if this was a home run, you'll be able to roll. And if it's a 6, it's still a home run. Otherwise, it cancels that out, that 2. And then now this just becomes count them up and reference the chance table. So these are your best pitchers. They're FIPS of 3.5 or less, 3.50. So it's like having an ERA of 3.50 or less. So these are your better pitchers in the league. And so they have an opportunity to sort of cancel out any hits, any big plays from the offense. And then you see these dots as well. The dots for Real Muto, Posey, and Crawford are for defense. And so these are players who have more than a 10 defensive runs above average. So that's actually quite elite in the major leagues. And so these are sort of elite defenders. And normally let's say there's a ground ball to shortstop. We do an error check every time that there's a ground ball or fly ball. And all it takes to create an error, all it takes is a full house, which only comes up about 3 to 4% of the time. So if there's a full house, there's an error on the play. But for these elite defenders, it takes a 4 of a kind, which moves their almost 4% down to almost 2%. So it cuts their probability of making an error in half. And so it's, by gameplay standards, probably almost 0. But these are also your elite defenders in the league. We also use the cancel die for throwing batters out or stealers, people who are trying to steal second or third base. We also use the cancel die for throwing out runners who are trying to advance or score coming around third. And can't remember any other times that we use it, but it's kind of a cool device just to get some defense into the game, create a little bit more tension in the outcomes because it doesn't take much to steal a base, just a 2 of a kind, and it doesn't take much to take the extra base, just a 2 of a kind. So we have that sort of out there, that 1 in 6 chance that you can get thrown out. So kind of cool. I really like where the direction that the game is going. We're going to play a game here. I don't think I need this anymore. Let's see if that helps things out a little bit. We're going to play this game against San Francisco and Philadelphia. This is from, like I say, April 20th, 2021. The Giants go into Philly, and it'll be Webb against Wheeler for the Phillies. And we have both money pitchers. So Webb can go 5 innings, Wheeler can go 7. Still trying to work out like how to do realistic pitching. Obviously, Webb has gone longer than 5 innings, but these are just their average innings pitched. And so I've been sticking pretty hardcore to that. Would like to maybe do more batters faced. But at this point, with the stats that I have and that I put together so far, innings pitched is an easier conversion for now. So we'll see. We have 3 stars for San Francisco: Brandon Belt, Posey, and Crawford. So 3 guys can potentially re-roll, which is a big bonus. And then Bryce Harper is the only one for the Phillies. So let's go through the lineups. The Giants have Tommy La Stella at second, Yastrzemski in right, Longoria be playing third base and batting third. Brandon Belt, the aforementioned Belt, he'll be at first base, hitting fourth. Dickerson is in left. This is Alex Dickerson. Buster Posey catching his final season. Brandon Crawford, the longtime shortstop for San Francisco, will be batting seventh. Slater in center field, and Webb will be pitching and batting ninth. For the Phillies, it's going to be Matt Joyce in left, Segura at second, Harper in right, Real Muto batting cleanup and playing catcher, Brad Miller at first, Alec Boehm at third, Moniak maybe. I'm not familiar with him. Matone at short, and then Wheeler is pitching. Zack Wheeler, excellent year last year, and he can go 7 innings. Webb, money pitcher as well, but not going as long, although San Francisco was loaded in their bullpen, so this should be, once you get to 5 innings, if the Giants have the lead, it's going to be real tough for Philly. Make sure that we get everything on camera here. I think everything should be in this area. So, got my chart off to the side. Got our 5 dice. What you need is 5 D6s and a 6 D6 if you want to play with the cancel die. Again, if you want to play this game, you can email me at onbasebaseball@gmail.com, and I will send you version 3, which is what we're playing with here. Essentially what I'm going to be doing, because you won't see it off screen, is we're just matching. So say you get a full house, 3 2s over 1s, that's a double down the left field line. And so each combination is a little bit of a different play. 3 of a kind generally is a single, 4 of a kind a double. If you get a 5 or 6, then you can roll 1 die to try to get that triple, which would be here with the 5s, the 5 of a kind 5s and 6s. We have some sort of special plays here with a double and an error, triple plays if applicable, a wild pitch, a balk. So there's some different things you can do there. The small straight is a strikeout unless you have the power rating, then you can turn it into a large straight. A large straight is always a home run. But again, if the pitcher is a money pitcher, they can roll against that large straight and prevent the home run. We have double play attempts. If none of these shows up, then we roll and we combine all of the rolls together, all the values together from the roll, and we check it against this chance chart, which is generally where you're going to get most of your outs. And we do have an error check on a full house as an error. And then on the advanced play guide, because you won't see very much of this, we have things that you can get for tag ups, extra bases stealing, hit and run. In the newest version, which I'm not playing yet, I've broken out stealing second and third as different. I've updated some of these options here as well. Excuse me. On a hit and run, you only use this if there's a strikeout. because otherwise the hit and run has been executed to do what it's supposed to do. There's a special chart here for stealing home, and a special table for squeeze plays, and if you get caught into a rundown, which can happen if you see something like a pound sign here. So there's a double pass first if you have 4s over 6s as a full house. So it's a double down the right field line, and then the player gets caught in a rundown. You can see here that the lead base runner gets caught in a rundown, and then you would reference the rundown chart. You roll again, you reference the rundown chart here. All right, and I think we're ready. So let's go ahead and get on with this game. This is the Giants at Philadelphia. Played on April 20th, 2021. So it's going to be Listella, Yastrzemski, and Longoria against Wheeler in the top of the first. Nothing really going on here. So it's 10, 13, 19. 19 is going to be a grounder to the third baseman. No error on the play. Almost though. But we go 5-3 on the putout. That's out number 1. Yastrzemski, right fielder for the Giants, stands in. That's going to be 3 5s. 3 5s is typically a single, and if there were any runners on base, they would advance 1 extra base. Because Wheeler is a money pitcher, we're going to roll our cancel die, and he cannot cancel that out, so it's going to be a base knock for Yastrzemski. He's on first with 1 out. Evan Longoria stands in. That's a 2-3 and nothing necessary there. So 5, 10 plus 12 is 22. 22 is going to be a strikeout swinging. So Longoria goes down for out number 2. Brings up Brandon Belt. Now Belt has the special designation of rolling again, which won't matter here. So 6s over 4s is typically going to be a double to right center. And he gets hold of one and tries to split the gap. Let's see if Wheeler can stop it. So if he gets a 4, then that'll cancel those out and it'll be a walk. If he gets a 6, that'll cancel everything out and will just be a chance play. It's a 5 and he can't stop anything, and that's going to be a double to right field. Pushes the runner to third base. We're going to try to score the runner, Yastrzemski, and all it requires is a 2 of a kind. And we get that a couple of times over. Now we have to make a choice because we have to roll for the throw home against one of these. So I'm going to keep the 2s. So if this is a 2, then the runner's out. Anything else, the runner is safe at home. And Yastrzemski is safe at home. So that's going to be an RBI double for Brandon Belt. And the Giants take a 1-0 lead. Here's Alex Dickerson. Dickerson with a 3 of a kind. 4, 5, 6 isn't going to do much. So 3 of a kind here. And Wheeler cannot stop it. And so that's going to be a single. And the runners advance 1 extra base. So base knock here. Runner goes 1 base for the single and an extra base. So that's going to be an RBI for Alex Dickerson. And the Giants on a couple of big hits, a double and a single. They take a 2-0 lead. Nothing here, so it's going to be 5, 10, 15. 15 is a fly ball to center field. No error on the play, so it's going to be an F8 on the putout. That's 1, 2, 3 outs in the inning. And the Giants get 2 runs on 3 hits, and they leave 1 runner on base. They take a 2-0 lead heading into the bottom of the first. This is San Francisco at Philly in 2021. That'll be Webb. This is Logan Webb, not Jacob Webb. Logan Webb will be facing off against Matt Joyce, Gene Segura, and Bryce Harper. So almost something there. That's a 25. A 25 is actually going to be a hit by pitch. So Matt Joyce is on with the hit by pitch. Let's go try to steal second with Matt Joyce. All we need is a 2 of a kind. We get it here with the ones. Let's see if he gets thrown out by Posey. He does not. And that's going to be a successful stolen base. Brings up Segura with one on and nobody out. Almost a full house there. So it's 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. That'll be an error. 0 to 11 is an error. So an indiscriminate error, we don't give that necessarily to anyone. But that's going to be an E on the play. So 2 on now with nobody out. And the Giants have something going here or the Phillies have something going in the bottom of the first. It's going to be Bryce Harper to the plate. Harper with 4 5s he's going to get the opportunity to roll for the triple here. And let's do that. And it's a 4. So right now as it stands, he has a double. Sort of an indiscriminate double. Doesn't tell us where it's going. The double would score 1, maybe 2. But we have our cancel die because Logan Webb is a money pitcher. He can't cancel anything out. And so that's going to be a 2-bagger for Bryce Harper as he rips one down the right field line. So that's going to score the run from third. And let's try to score Segura from first. We need a 2 of a kind, which we get here. And so we're going to roll against that on the throw from the outfield. And he's going to be safe at home. So that's a 2 RBI double for Bryce Harper. So 2 runs in already with nobody out for Philadelphia. And it's going to be JT Realmuto to the plate. That's a potential walk. And let's roll the dice for Webb. You can't stop it. And so that's going to be a base on balls. Runners at first and second now for the Phillies. Nobody out. And Brad Miller stands in. Nothing really here. So 2, 3, 4. That's 10, 15. 15 is going to be a fly ball to center field. No error on the play. So it's an F8. No need to advance necessarily. Actually, let's try to advance Harper. So that's a deep fly ball. We're going to try to send Harper to third. He's going to tag up. All we need is a 2 of a kind. So now we have 2 2 of a kinds. So let's go ahead and decide. Let's keep the 6s. If this is a 6, then he's going to be out at third and no other runner advance. But not a 6, it's a 3, so he's going to advance to third. So he advances on the F8. So 1 out now, and runners at the corners for Alec Bohm. We got a 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6 for a player that doesn't have a power rating is going to be a strikeout. So that's a big strikeout for Logan Webb as he strikes out Alec Bohm. Now it's Moniak with runners at the corners and 2 outs and 2 already in for Philadelphia. It's a 2-2 ball game. Nothing going on here, so it's going to be 12, 13, 15, 20. 20 is going to be a grounder to the first baseman, Belts. And Belt makes the play. Tosses it over to Logan Webb, who's covering. And that's going to be out number 3. So 2 runs in the bottom of the first for Philadelphia. Ties it up 2-2 as we go to the top of the second. Lots of action so far. And it'll be Wheeler against the bottom of the order. Crawford, Slater, and Webb. Nothing here, so it's 8, 16, 19 is a grounder to the second baseman. That was here. And no error on the play. So we go 4-3 on the putout. And that brings up Slater, the center fielder. I always want to say Kelly Slater, but that's not who it is. So that was a 3. Almost something there, but not quite. So 23. 23 is actually going to be a walk as Slater gets on via the walk. That's going to be the first walk of the day for Wheeler. And it's Logan Webb to the plate. He's going to bunt. again, for a bunt, it's going to be, I don't think we have the sack bunts on here, but it's just a 2 of a kind for a bunt. We do get that here, so it's going to be the sacrifice successful. And that'll be a sack. So out number 2, 2 down now, and it'll be Tommy LaStella to the plate. LaStella had a good year, past few years. There's 3 fours. 3 fours is going to be a single with an error check. So let's check to see if the single still holds. It does, and so that's going to be a single. And we'll see about the error. Is there an error on the plate? Almost, but no. So that's going to be a base knock. That puts the runner at third. And let's go ahead and try to score Slater. So we need a 2 of a kind. We get a 3, 4, 5, 6 on an extra base. A small straight is going to be an error on the throw. And all runners advance 1 base. So with the small straight, he is going to score. On the single, there's going to be an error on the throw, so going to advance with the error for LaStella. And so a runner at second now with 2 outs, and it'll be Yastrzemski to the plate. Nothing there. So that's going to be 10. 16 plus 4 is 20. 20 is a grounder to the first baseman. And that's going to be a play made 3 unassisted. And that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. San Francisco does get 1 in the top of the 2nd. And they take a 3-2 lead. Bottom of the order now for the Phillies in the bottom of the 2nd. Matone, Wheeler, and Joyce. I'm going to go with Matone because I don't exactly know how to say his name. So that's going to be 10. 16 plus 3 is 19. And 19 is a ground ball to the third baseman. That'll be an out. Brings up Wheeler, the pitcher. Nothing there, so 6. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 is a fly ball to center field. And that'll be out number 2. The center fielder, Slater, makes the play. So 2 down, and Matt Joyce back to the plate. He singled in his first at bat. No such luck here, so that's going to be 10 plus 20, 26. 26 is as high a number as you can get, I believe. That's actually going to be a drop third strike. So we get the K, and no out is recorded because Posey drops the third strike, and it gets away. Not a drop third strike. It's a wild pitch on his third strike, right? But we call it a drop third strike. And he cannot get him at first base. So runner at first is Joyce with 2 outs and extra life for the Phillies as Gene Segura stands in. 2s and 3s almost gets them there, but not quite. So 6. 10 plus 6 is 16. That's a fly ball to right field. And that's going to end the inning. So out number 3, and the Phillies are given a gift, but they can't capitalize on it. So we go to the top of the 3rd. 3-2 is our score, Giants over the Phillies. For the Giants, it'll be Evan Longoria, Brandon Belt, and Alex Dickerson. There's a potential here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have a potential home run from Evan Longoria. Let's see if Wheeler can do anything about it. If it's a 1, it's gone. Anything else, it goes to a chance. Oh, almost. So that's going to be 5, 10, plus 10 is 20. 20 is a grounder to first base. And no error on the play. So instead of a home run, it turns into a 3-1 putout. So that's the power of the money pitcher. Otherwise, that would have been gone. Brandon Belt stands in. 2, 4, 5. Nothing there, but we do have 3 5s. So that's typically a single. Let's see if Wheeler can stop that from happening, and he does. And so what that does is it cancels out our 5s, and that becomes 15 plus 6 is 21, and that's a strikeout. So a little bit of a modifier there. So we're seeing the power of the money pitcher already, and it's really important to have those guys on your team. Dickerson singled in his first at bat. We have a 3, 4, 5, 6. That is not going to be anything because Dickerson does not have a power rating, so that's going to be a strikeout. Out number 3. 3 up, 3 down, go the Giants in the top of the third, and we head to the bottom of the third. Still 3-2, San Francisco over Philly. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is to Bryce Harper, who is a power hitter. And because he's a power hitter with a small straight, he gets an opportunity to roll for the large straight. So a 2, or he needs a 2 to hit a home run. He gets a 3, so that's not going to do anything but lead to a strikeout. So out number 1. JT Realmuto is up next. Nothing there, so it's going to be 10, 15, 20. 20 is a grounder to first. And no error on the play. So 3-1 on the putout. And that's going to be 2 down for Brad Miller. Miller stands in. 2 down, nobody on. And that is another potential. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So potential for a home run here. And let's see what Logan Webb has to say about it. If it's a 1, it's gone. If it's anything else, we go to a chance. And we do go to a chance. So that's going to be 5, 10, 20 is a grounder to first. This time there is an error on the play as we have a full house. So Belt doesn't have a defensive rating, so that's going to be E3 as Brandon Belt can't make the play. Alec Bohm struck out his first at bat, but now he stands in with 2 down and 1 on. He's got a 3 of a kind here and not able to do anything about it is Webb, and that's going to be a base knock to left field. And runner goes to second base. And it's going to be Moniak. So 4, 5, 6, nothing there. So 10, 15, 19. 19 to be a grounder to the third baseman. We have 2 down in the inning. And the error does not hurt the Giants as the third baseman, Longoria, gets it over to Belt for out number 3. So the Phillies get 2 on, but they can't bring them home. Still 3-2 is our score going to the top of the 4th. The Giants up. It'll be Posey, Crawford, and Slater against Zack Wheeler. Nothing here. So 10, 13, 15 will be a fly ball to center field. And no error on the play. So F8 on the putout is out number 1. Brings up Brandon Crawford. Crawford grounded out to second in his first at bat. Probably going to do something similar here. So that's 10 plus 15. That'll be a fly out to center. And that fly ball is caught. So 2 up, 2 down. And the Giants send Slater to the plate. He walked and scored in his first at bat. It's a 3, 4, 3s and 4s, nothing there. So 7, 7, 14, 15. 15 would be a fly ball to center field. 3 fly balls to center, 3 outs. And there go the Giants in the top of the 4th inning. So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Phillies are down 3-2 in this 2021 contest. It'll be Matone, Wheeler, and Joyce against Logan Webb. Both pitchers have had some near misses in this game, but we'll see how they do the rest of the way. There's 10, 16, plus 4 is 20. 20 is a grounder to the first baseman. Oh, and that's going to be another error on Brandon Belt, who just can't buy a win today. So 2 errors on Belt, 2 errors on the Giants, and that's going to be a runner on first. Let's do a bunt play. And actually, let's try to steal first with Matson. So we get a couple of opportunities here, 2 of a kind. Let's keep the 3s and roll against that. It's a 4, and so that's going to be safe at second. And now we'll try to bunt the runner over to third base with Wheeler. Just need a 2 of a kind. And instead we get a 4 of a kind, so that is going to be an unsuccessful bunt as he is going to strike out. So remember, it's a 2 of a kind, not a 4 of a kind. So runner at second base, 1 out now for Matt Joyce. 3, 4, 5, nothing happening there, so it's 5. 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 is a fly ball to right. And no error on the play. No need to advance the runner there. Gene Segura is up. And 1, 2, 3 doesn't do anything, so 6. 10 plus 13, 3 is 13. That's a grounder to the shortstop. Remember, Crawford is a really good defensive player, so it would require a 4 of a kind. And that's going to be 6-3 on the putout. So down go the Phillies in the bottom of the 4th inning. Head to the top of the 5th. It will be the pitcher Webb, and then back to the top of the order, LaStella and Yastrzemski against Zack Wheeler. Almost a full house, so we got 8, 16, 17. 17 is going to be a grounder to the second baseman. No error on the play. So Webb is out for out number 1. LaStella to the plate. Nothing happening for LaStella, so that's 10, 15, 21 is a strikeout. LaStella now 1 for 3. And that brings up Yastrzemski. He is 1 for 2 with a single. He grounded out his last at bat. That's going to be 10, 15. 15 is going to be a fly ball to center field. And no error on the play. So the center fielder, Moniak, makes the play. 3 up, 3 down go the Giants in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, and Miller. Brad Miller to the plate. Harper 1 for 2 with a double. Almost a full house here, so let's roll for that. See if we get it. And he does not. That's going to be 8, 16, 19. And it's a grounder to the third baseman. The third baseman is Longoria, and he is up with it on over to first for out number 1. Brings up JT Realmuto. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. There is a potential here. So 1s over 6s is typically a bloop double. And let's see what Logan Webb has to say about that. Nothing. And so that's going to be a little bloop double down the left field line. Nobody gets to it. And hustling into second base is going to be Realmuto. He was going hard out of the box. And he's at second base with 1 out. And that's going to be Brad Miller to the plate. Miller's 0 for 2, but he did get on via an error his last at bat. This is going to be a 10, 15. 15 will be a fly ball to center. And you can see that's an error on the center fielder. So on the E8, Realmuto moves over to third base. Runners at first and third now with 1 out, and Alec Bohm to the plate. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be a strikeout for Bohm. His second K today. And a big one for Webb, and it'll be Moniak. Moniak is 0 for 2. 2, 3, 4 doesn't do anything, so it's going to be 4, 7, 10, 14. 14. Sorry about that. 14 is going to be a fly ball to left. And the left fielder makes the play. So again, the error does not harm the Giants as they leave runners at first and third, bottom of the fifth inning. So it's 3-2. Giants over Philadelphia. Webb has gone 5 innings, and so we'll have to do something about that. Wheeler can go 7, so let's just continue working it with him. It's Evan Longoria, Brandon Belt, and Alex Dickerson. So that'll be a trio of 3s, and let's see what Wheeler can do. Nothing, so that's going to be a base knock right up the middle. And that's hit number 1 for Longoria. He had a home run taken away from him in his last at-bat. Brandon Belt stands in. Belt is 1 for 2. We got 2, 3, 4, but nothing else. So that's going to be 10, 15, 17. 17 is a grounder to the second baseman. So we're rolling for a double play here. And if it's a 2 of a kind, then the double play is successful. Do we have a 2 of a kind? Yes. And a 4 of a kind would have been an error. But we have a 2 of a kind, so that's going to be 6, 4, 3 on the putout. So it's 1, 2, and 2 down now for Alex Dickerson. Big play there by the Phillies. So this will be 10, 15, 17 is a grounder to the second baseman. That might have been to second too, I don't remember. No error on the play, so we're going to go 4-3, and that is Segura over to the first baseman Miller, and the Phillies are out of the 6th. The Giants, no runs on 1 hit, and nobody left on. So we head to the bottom of the inning, and we're going to have to pull Logan Webb here. So let me reach in and get a new pitcher for the Giants. Okay, new pitcher for the Giants is going to be Jarlene Garcia. Garcia can go 1 inning. He's a lefty, but he is not a money pitcher, so we'll see how that affects the game. He'll be facing off against Maton, Wheeler, and Joyce. You get 3 5s here, and we're going to see the effect of that right here. So that's going to be a base knock for Maton. He's on with 1 out, or with nobody out, and we're going to bunt with Wheeler. So we're looking for a 2 of a kind. We get it with our 6s, and that's going to be a sacrifice. So runner at second now, 1 out for Matt Joyce. That's a 2, 3, 4, nothing else. That's 10, 15, 17. 17 is going to be a grounder to second base. Now that sacrifice looms big here. And we get an error anyway, so that's going to be an error on the second baseman, LaStella. So the Giants just riddled with errors in this game, and that will push the runner to third base, as we have runners at the corners with 1 out and Gene Segura to the plate. 3, 4, 5, nothing there, so 5 and 10, 14. 14 will be fly ball to left. This could be a game-tying fly ball, so no error on the play. So we're going to go fly ball to the left fielder, and let's see if this runner on third can score. And what we need is a 2 of a kind at the very least. So we get that 2 of a kind here, and let's see if he's thrown out. Oh, and they do get him at the plate. So the Giants trying to tie things up. Actually, that is the 3rd out of the inning. So he's going to go, 7-2? 7-2 on the putout. And Maton is thrown out at the plate on a fly ball to left. So no runs in the inning, even though the Phillies threaten. So that's going to bring us to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be 3-2. Wheeler's still out there for 1 more inning, and let's see if he can shut down the bottom of this order. It's Posey, Crawford, and Slater. Almost a full house here, so it's going to be 16, 17. 17 is a grounder to the second baseman. And that's an error, so E4. And that will be on who? Segura. So Segura can't secure the ball. Kind of pops out of his hand. And we have a runner at first, which is Posey. I probably should have re-rolled with them, huh? I guess I could have. I forget about the re-rolls with those guys. It's Brandon Crawford. He has the ability to re-roll as well. So 1, 2, 3. 5, 6. Boy, we're just kind of caught in the middle, huh? Should we go? All right, well, let's go for it. This is a chance to put the game away. So 2, 3, 5, 6. We need a 4. And they get it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now Wheeler is still pitching. So that's a potential for a home run. If it's a 1, it's gone. Otherwise, we're going to go to a chance roll. It is not a home run, so that's going to be 5 and 10 and 20. That is a grounder to first base. So a grounder to first. Let's roll for the double play. I guess we should check the error first. So no error on the play. And then let's roll for the double play. Double play, you just need a 2 of a kind. And we get that here and here. So I'm going to go 3, 6, 3 on the double play. I sometimes forget to roll for that error first. Get a little excited about the double play. And that brings up Slater. 4, 5, 6. So 10 plus 11 is 21, plus 2 is 23. That'll be a walk. So Slater takes his second walk of the day. 2 issued by Wheeler, both to Slater. And got the pitcher spot up. We need to remove him because he's just a 1-inning guy. So let's get a pinch hitter for the Giants. And let me get that pinch hitter. All right, pinch hitter for San Francisco is going to be Darren Ruff. Ruff is actually a star player. The way I figured that, I think I took 250 at bats. I can't remember if it's 250 or 300, but there was a qualifying number of at bats that you had to have. Ruff not starting in this game, but he did have over 300 at bats for the year. I'm sorry, plate appearances, not at bats. So Ruff comes in, 2 outs and a runner at first base, and he is able to re-roll. So let's see how he does. This is Wheeler's last inning, giving it everything that he has, so it should be a good matchup here. So that's going to be almost a double. And let's go ahead and roll for the full house. So a 1 or a 6 is what Ruff needs, and he doesn't get it. So it's going to be 7, 14, 16. 16 will be a fly ball to right. Is there an error on the play? There is not. And so Ruff flies out to the right fielder, and that's going to be it for the Giants in the 7th. So Wheeler gets through 7 innings and doesn't give up. He only gives up the 3 runs early in the game, but he's really settled in. We're going to get a new pitcher. Garcia went 1 for the Giants, so let's get a new pitcher in for San Francisco. Okay, next man up is Jose Alvarez. He is a lefty coming out of the bullpen, so a couple lefties in a row for San Francisco. He is a money pitcher, and he can go 1 inning. So let's see how he does here in the bottom of the 7th, facing the heart. The Phillies order Harper, Realmuto, and Brad Miller. Harper 1 for 3, Realmuto 1 for 2, and Miller 0 for 3. That's 2s and 6s. Harper can re-roll. He doesn't have a straight. So let's see. What do we want to go for? Might as well go for the big one and see how it goes. Not well. So 8, 16, 19, and that's going to be a grounder to the third baseman. The third baseman is Longoria, and Longoria, another error on the Giants as we go E5 this time. And Harper's on because of the sloppy defense. So 1 on. Let's try a steal with Harper. See how that goes. So we have a couple of chances here. We got our 2s and our 1s. Let's keep the 2s. So we roll against those. Oh, and that's going to be a steal. So a stolen base. The Giants or the Phillies are down 3-2. They have a runner in scoring position now with JT Realmuto to come to the plate. 2, 3, 4, and nothing else. Realmuto doesn't have any special offensive rankings. So that's going to be 10, 15, 19. 19 is a grounder to third base. Longoria makes the play this time. The ball always comes back to you, right? He looks the runner back at second base. Over to first, and he's going to be safe. Out. It's Brad Miller, the first baseman, up. Almost a big hit here, so it's going to be 5, 10, 11. Yet another error for the Giants, this one of the indiscriminate type. So horrible defense for San Francisco all day for a pretty good defensive team. And it's going to be Alec Bohm. Bohm with the 4s. That's going to be a single with an error check. But let's see if it gets negated by Alvarez. It does not, so that's going to be a base knock. And that's going to drive home the run from third. So no issue there. Definitely going to score that one. That's going to push the runner to second base. Miller, let's do the error check. No error on the play. With 1 out, let's try to get Miller to third base. See if we can get that winning run to third. We need a pair, get a pair here, and let's try to see if he makes it on the throw. And he does. So just in safely to third. So first to third goes Miller, and runners to the corners with 1 out and Moniak to the plate. Alvarez, not looking so good. So 1s and 2s isn't going to get you very far. So that's going to be 10, 12. 12 is a ground ball to the catcher. And we're going to go for the double play. So catcher's out in front, and it's going to go for the double play here. So we get our pair. So that's going to be the ending double play, 2, 6, 3. So big play there. That's out number 2, out number 3. And the Phillies do get 1. That ties it up. Could have had more, but an ending double play sends us to the 8th inning, all tied up. We need to pull Zack Wheeler. He's gone his requisite 7 innings. And so let's get into the Philly bullpen. Right, in for Philadelphia is Sam Coonrod. Coonrod, the right-hander. He is not a money pincher, so we'll see how that affects the game. It's La Stella, Yastrzemski, and Longoria to start the 8th inning. So 3, 4, nothing there. So 6, 10 plus 5 is 15, and that will be a fly ball to center field. No error on the play. Out number 1, and Yastrzemski stands in. He is 1 for 3. And opportunity for a hit here, and that will be a hit, so that's going to be a single. So second base hit of the day for Yastrzemski. Coonrod he can't stop it, so he can't use the die for that. Longoria stands in. 3s and 5s, otherwise nothing there. So 10 plus 12 is going to be a 22. 22 is a strikeout. So that's out number 2. And Brandon Belt to the plate. Belt is 1 for 3 with a double. And he's going to get another big hit here. That's going to be 4s over 3s. 4s over 3s will be a double to left center field as Belt takes it the other way. Splits the gap. And that's going to put the runner to third. Let's try to score Yastrzemski. And this is going to be for the lead. We need a pair. We get a pair. We also have a, what do we have here? A straight. 3, 4, 5, 6. On a straight, there's an error on the throw, and all runners advance 1 extra base. So, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, small straight, there's an error on the throw. All runners advance 1 extra base. So he scores here on the double, and we get 1 extra base here on the error as Belt alertly moves up, and it'll be Alex Dickerson to the plate. 2 outs, 1 in, and the Giants have the 4-3 lead, and it'll be Brandon Belt with an opportunity to drive in a run. One, two, three, 4, and that's going to be a strikeout for Dickerson. I'm sorry, it was Dickerson with the chance to drive in a run. But the Giants do get 1, and they retake the lead in the top of the 8th inning. Let's get a new pitcher in for San Francisco. And the new pitcher is going to be Tyler Rogers. He is a money pitcher. He can go 1 inning. Alvarez came in for 1 inning of relief and gave up 1 run. But as the pitcher of record, San Francisco came out and got the go-ahead run in the 8th. Let's see how Rogers does against the Phillies. It will be the bottom of the order, so Matone, a pinch hitter, and Joyce. We're going to be pinch hitting for Coonrod. So really nothing there. That's going to be a 10, 14, 18. 18 will be a ground ball to the shortstop. And shortstop makes the play. That's Crawford. Needed a 4 of a kind to make any sort of error there. Let's get a pinch hitter for the Phillies. Pinch hitting for Coonrod, the reliever. Pinch hitting for the Phillies is going to be Andrew Knapp. Coonrod goes 1 inning, and he's going to be replaced. So this is Knapp against Tyler Rogers. 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning. The Giants are up 4-3 over the Phillies. So let's see what the Phillies can do here in the bottom of the 8th. 2, 3, 4, nothing there. So that's going to be 10, 15, 17. That will be a grounder to the second baseman. And this time the Giants defense holds. That will be a ground out to first. So 2 down now. And Matt Joyce back to the plate. He is 1 for 4. So 1s and 4s, nothing else. So 8, 10, 13. 13 will be a grounder to the shortstop, and the shortstop is Crawford, and he'll make the play over to first. So 1, 2, 3, go the Phillies in the bottom of the 8th inning. And it is 4-3 San Francisco as we go to the top of the 9th inning. Last opportunity for San Francisco. We're going to bring in a new pitcher for the Phillies. Okay, the new pitcher for the Phillies is going to be Connor Brogdon. He's a right-hander in the real game. He came in and blew the save in this game. He won't have that opportunity here, but he is charged with trying to shut down the San Francisco offense. It'll be Posey, Crawford, and Slater. Remember, Posey and Crawford both can re-roll, so a big advantage for them as we have almost a full house, or we have a 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be a strikeout. We get 2 chances here, so I'm going to go for the home run with Buster Posey. If it's a, so we got 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's a 1 or a 6, that's going to be gone. It's a 5, and so it's not going to be gone. That's 10, 15, 19. 19 is going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. And the third baseman, Bohm, is up to the task. That's 5-3 on the putout, and that'll be out number 1. It's Brandon Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 3. We got a 2, 3, 4. A 5 doesn't do us any good, so let's just, without the 6, so let's just roll 1, see if we can get that elusive 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be a strikeout, and that will be a K, and that's out number 2. He didn't get the one that he needed. So Brogdon against Slater, 2 down. The Giants are up 4 to 3. And this is going to be nothing here. So 10, 15, 20. 20 would be a ground ball to the first baseman. First baseman is Brad Miller, and Miller makes the play for the final out. He's going to go unassisted to first base, and so it's going to be 3 up, 3 down for the Giants. So Brogdon comes in and does his job and keeps the Giants at bay. Still a 1-run ball game. It's 4 to 3. Heading into the bottom of the 9th, we're going to bring in who is it? Jake McGee. McGee had 30 saves last year for San Francisco, so let's go and bring in McGee. This is actually following a little bit of the course of the game. Almost all these pitchers came in very similar order. McGee is going to be a money pitcher, and he can go 1 inning. He had 31 saves last year, in what was really just quite a run by the Giants. Let's see. I think he's right-handed, but I'm not sure. Let's just double check. He is a lefty. So Jake McGee. Didn't watch a lot of games that didn't involve the Braves last year with the Giants. So Rogers goes 1 inning, does his job, gets it to McGee, and the Phillies have 3 outs. They're down a run. They have the middle of the order up, Segura, Harper, and Real Muto. So let's see if they can make some waves. But they are facing a money pitcher, so we got a chance to use the cancel die. And this is going to be a lot of nothing for Gene Segura. So that's 7, 14, 16. 16 is going to be a fly ball to right field. No error on the plate, although almost. The Giants have made just a boatload of errors today and are still ahead in this game. I think they have 4 or 5 errors on the day. So sloppy defense, but they still have the lead. But let's see if Bryce Harper can come up with something magical, and maybe he does. That's a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So we're going to go for the home run here because that's really what he's got. He can re-roll. If he gets the 4, he can re-roll again because he's got the power. But that cancel die is still looming out there. So what he really needs, we need a 4 here for him to do anything, and he doesn't get it. So it's going to be a moot point. 5, 10, plus 4 is 14. And that's a fly ball to left field that's caught by the left fielder, Dickerson. So you got to kind of go in order and see how the play shakes out. Last chance for the Phillies, it's JT Real Muto. He is 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. And looks like he might be 1 for 4. So that's 12, 15, 21. 21 is going to be a strikeout. And that's going to end the ball game. So the Giants win this one by a score of 4 to 3. Really good pitch, well-pitched ball game. And excellent on both sides. Let's go ahead and tally up the final score line and all the stats, and let's see how this game turns out. Okay, so wrapping up this one, it's going to be San Francisco 4 runs on 7 hits, 7 errors, which is crazy. Philadelphia 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Player of the game, Brandon Belt. He was 2 for 4. He had 2 RBIs. He had a couple of doubles, RBI doubles. Not a lot going on with either team. Webb, a good start, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 5 Ks. Wheeler, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, and 4 Ks. Coonrod takes the loss as he comes in and gives up this run here in the 8th inning. And Alvarez, even though he gives up the run here, I think I'm going to give him the win. He was in the game whenever the run scored. It could just as easily go to Rogers. I'm not sure exactly who to give that to. Not a lot happening here. A few scattered hits. Bohm was 2 for 4. Harper, 1 for 5. He did have an RBI double in the first, a 2 RBI double. So that's Ya-Ya Tabletop Baseball. This is a game between the Giants and the Phillies, April 20th, 2021. Again, if you'd like to play this game, just send me an email to onbasebaseball@gmail.com, and I'll send you this version 3, and you can play for yourself. Really fun game, and something to check out, and in the future will be widely available to play. All right, I think that's it for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get notifications as soon as new videos are posted. I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.